Whiskey and White going all the way.
What up, world? Welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey and White Show with me, your host, Tommy Mack.
Me, your better host, Tara McKenna.
And we are in association with the number one competition page in the world, Our Kings. I believe it. Make sure you hit the website. If you haven't got it already, make sure you get your tickets for my next fight, 1st of February in Ulster Hall. DM me for the link, ticket link. There's no physical tickets, so I'll send you the wee www. But today we are joined by Irish boxing royalty. This man made history when he became the first male boxer to win the gold medal at the Elite World Championships. He's an Olympic bronze medalist, Commonwealth Games gold medalist. The list goes on and on and on. Give it up for Mickey Conlan. So let's have that, Mike.
Cheers. The first one we've done sitting down, not the legs.
No. Listen, you were on the leg before. That's why we haven't had you on before, because we had you on the leg and we're like, we're going to do his head. And
As like he's constantly even linked me.
Well, there was that as well. You know what I mean? Joking. But the leg was good too. I enjoyed the leg.
It was mental. Jimmy Nesbitt just, it blew me out of the water.
Jimmy was crazy. He was blocked before he even got on the stage that night. And was that the night he done the drink competition?
Yep, that was the
Him
drink.
Jonesy.
But then he's done that in the second one too, didn't he?
He just started showing up. But no, he done the second one. I think he won the second one as well. I think he's beat Jonesy 2-0. Jonesy, you need to
step his game
you
up.
need to step it up.
So yeah, Mick.
Jonesy's podcast royalty, by the way.
I don't know.
We're getting him on.
Needs to sit down.
He does. He listen to
He
easy.
texts me every week. What is it?
Every week.
The time hasn't been right.
We said we were going to try and get him on it today, but we didn't have time. So Jonesy, you're on the next time, I swear. I swear.
But yeah, Mick. So you've recently switched camps to Sheffield.
Yep.
First of all, what was the reason for the camp switch? Because it looked good out there in Florida.
It was great. It was great. I just thought that, I am at the tail end of my career. I want to be kind of closer to home, but also want to be away working hard. And I felt the last camp was all quite rushed. I actually had 6 weeks of training for a fight, which I had 8 weeks notice on. So we didn't work on the things which I knew which would be happening because we didn't have enough time, like southpaw and stuff. We didn't work on any of that stuff. But, we worked on a lot of stuff, and Pedro was a fantastic coach. But I just felt that, it's probably a bit too far away.
Language bar.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Language bar.
How was he telling you to do stuff in the gym? Like,
His wife was there, Yami, and
tell Mick to do it.
he knows a little bit of English, a good bit of English, but Yam.
What's the numbers? I heard him in the corner going 1, 2.
To be honest, I forgot all of them already.
Were they all different codes?
It's all. He does everything in numbers.
Yeah, because Matty Rublic used to do it as well, didn't he? And there was the longest pad combinations I ever seen in my life.
Manny just used to do 20 punch combos.
That was crazy. I went to your pad session, Manny just going boom, and I don't know how Mick remembered it. It was literally a minute long of a combination, all different things, and then repeating. I was like, fuck that. I can't remember a 5-punch combination.
Okay. I thought, what do you call him? Pedro Diaz. I thought he must have just got a wee English to Spanish or Spanish to English dictionary, and he just remembered the numbers. And Mick's in the corner. Michael, listen. 1, 4, 7.
Pedro is one of the best coaches I've worked under, I'll be honest. Very, very knowledgeable, and he's worked with some unbelievable fighters. But it was just a bit of the way and stuff, and obviously costs and stuff. It's expensive to live in Miami and all that there. So I was just like, you know what? No, I'm at the tail end.
It's a whole different time zone as well.
Time zones for your kids. Your kids. We have. Let's be honest. I'm boxing now, pro boxing since 2017. So 8 years coming, and is it 8 years coming up now? And I've missed a lot of my kids' lives. You know what I mean?
Miss a lot of
everything. I'm in training camp probably 3/4 of a year. If I fight 3 times in 3 big fights, so say
30 weeks.
That's 36 weeks. You're going 12-week camp, 12-week camp, 12-week camp. Now I'll come home now and again throughout that, but not much.
Yeah.
So you miss a lot. Like, and I'd rather be closer to. I'm an hour away, really. You know what I mean? I'll 2 hours away. I'll drive an hour to from Sheffield to Manchester and then get the flight back.
How's the kids cope with it all? Are they all right?
My kids are sound. Now, they both miss me, obviously, when I'm away, and their behaviour's probably a little bit rowdy when I'm away, but
they
understand. They understand it. Like, when after my last fight, I was going, do I really want to do this? I might just finish and stuff. And my daughter started shooting at me, going, no, you're not allowed to finish. You have to
put it back in the pocket for your daughter.
You have to fight. You need to fight. You can't finish like that. And I'm like, all right, sorry. sorry.
Fuck's sake, I'll go back.
After, like you say, you turned pro 8 years ago, and you went straight to America.
Yeah.
Before it, let's just go back in the wee amateur career. But did you always have hopes of being a pro, or was that just come along after? Because your popularity went through the roof after the Olympics, the robbery.
No, I always wanted to go pro. Obviously my brother was pro, and I trained in pro gyms. I trained in Brain's gym most of my life, because we didn't really have an amateur gym, St. John Bosco, at the time when I was down there. So we used the Brain's gym in the town, and I was always around the pros and seeing what they were doing and stuff. And I was like, I want a bit of that there, but obviously it wasn't as glamorous as what it is now, professional boxing. But it was great, and it was something I knew I was always going to do. But the Olympics and what happened, the Olympics helped springboard me. Into the pros, and to be honest, added zeros on paychecks.
Do you think that was it? I know it was bad that you didn't get
blessing in disguise.
Was it
would never change it now. Looking back on it, I never changed it. It happened for a reason, and it made me a lot more money than what I probably would have made if it was
with the
medalist.
gold,
because I had gold medalists on my undercard. I mean, on many of my undercards.
That giving the fingers just shot your popularity up massive. It was crazy. It was overnight.
Went viral. Like, I went from 15,000 followers on Instagram after even being world champion stuff as an amateur, up to 80,000, then up to 100 and something thousand, up to 200 and something thousand. They're like, it was brilliant. And then the scary thing about the Olympic thing was, I put a tweet out after saying, tag Putin, and says, how much did you pay them, bro?
You're risking your life.
It's my most retweeted and favourite tweet, I think, still, but I regret it in the immediate.
What?
I was like,
Shane or something?
Some Russian is just going to stick get an umbrella and just touch me with an umbrella, and I'm dead.
What was a risk?
And now I'm got to do with it. Putin sitting there going, what's going on?
Any time, I was around Russians and stuff, even in the pros, I was kind of always on my feet, watching, going, what's going on here? Nah, it's all done now. You
got your revenge as well. Must have felt sweet getting your revenge off the Keaton.
It felt good, yeah, but to be honest, it was never against him.
No.
And I felt bad. He's
probably lovely. He got well paid for it.
After the fight. Even though, it was obviously, when we're on the national setup, we're away in these competitions, we see people on the say hello and stuff, and he always did say hello. Even though he had a big angry face and was ignoring it. And then when we're in the pros, and then he would have says Nora and smiled and stuff anytime I seen him. And then when I fought him, and obviously the build up and stuff, I done the Rocky stuff where I had the hat and the pretending I was in fighting the Russians in Moscow. It was MSG, but after he come up to me and goes, now we finish. I was like, yes. No offense, Steele.
Imagine the people tweeting him and all. Harry's fight fans.
So much.
I'd say he was depressed for 4 years.
Someone said to me, because I was obviously doing legal stuff with against AIBA, because there was corruption. It was proven there was corruption. And someone says, if you get your medal, will you take your medal? I says, I wouldn't take the medal. It's his medal. I wouldn't take away his achievement. It wasn't him that made the decision. So if they said to me, listen, we're going to give you a bronze medal instead, I'd say, nah, it's all right, keep it.
Did anything come off the legal stuff?
So at the time they fined me, didn't they? AIBA fined me for
the
speaking out
misconduct.
misconduct.
Did you get paid for it?
I didn't pay it. I was 10,000 Swiss francs. And what they say is that, okay, listen, you're rigged, so we'll drop the fine to 5,000. I was like,
but you're right. So we're still going to spend for that.
right, there's still spreading the
We're not even here with something.
So that's all that happened. That was it then. But yeah.
So after that, Darren, obviously you'd already had an Olympic medal from the previous Olympics too. So it's not like as if you didn't. You left empty-handed from the Olympics, so you had that bit of history, and then you won the gold as well before that too in the World Championships. What made you decide to base yourself in America at the beginning?
So I was still in the village at the time, or was it? No, I was still in the village, and I got a text message from an Irish guy, James. I forget his second name, James, but I think his dad had something to do with Hennessy. He was like an owner, one of the owners of Hennessy. And he says, I was working for Top Rank. They want to speak to you. And I was like, this is bullshit here. So I was speaking to Macklin at the time, and I sent to Macklin. He says, okay, started speaking to them. And I was like, no, it is Top Rank, and they want to say it. And I was like, fucking right. And so when I went and spoke to Top Rank, I was going to Vegas. Me and Shauna, I booked Vegas after the Olympics anyway. Me and her were going to Vegas.
Just for a holiday.
Just us two. So says, I'm going to be in Vegas. We'll sit down and we'll talk and we'll do contracts when I'm there. So it's like, okay, I was out there anyway. It was burning over Mexican in the Paintings Week, I'd say, and like pool parties and all made Shauna go mad. And it was brilliant. And then went and met Top Rank. They told me the plan, and they says, the first says, what would you think about fighting? This was in September, and this is, what you think about fighting on Pacquiao's on their card in November? And I says, nah, it's too soon. I haven't got a coach or anything yet, so I don't know where I'm going to base myself. And they were like, well, we think you're better to base yourself in America, and instead of becoming the big fish in a small pond in Ireland, why don't you go out of the way, build your name, get big in America first, and then go back home? I said, that sounds good. I like that. Where would you train? I says, I would go to LA because that's the best sparring, all the Mexicans, the Russians, and everything out there.
Go to worst sparring, as you mean?
He was a gem. I've seen this.
Had you been there before?
No, so it's September. So he said that to me, and then once he said to me, well, I says, no, I can't do the Pacquiao card. He says, what do you think about MSG for your debut in the main event? And I went, in my head, I was going to give him the fucking contract because the numbers, like I'd already had an offer from Frank Warren, which is a really good offer, but they blew that offer out of the water, and I was like, fuck. And I know where I'm going.
They're the biggest promotion, more or less as well. Top Rank.
And they gave their fighters the best. They build their fighters the best. Promoters now, I don't think build fighters at all. Like they're just getting young kids and throwing them in sinking swims, and you're going, that's not how you build a fighter, that's not how you make a superstar.
But see, talking about your pro debut, was it the controversial walkout?
No, that was the year after, was it, or 2 years after?
You got some backlash on
well, Stephen Nolan, shouted Stephen. He was calling for my arrest in Dublin Airport. He was for inciting terrorism or something like that.
For anyone who doesn't know, he walked out. What was the song?
Celtic Symphony.
He walked out. That is.
Well, I remember seeing on your debut, just to go back before you go in the controversial ring walk. During your debut, the crowd started singing, "Ooh, up there, ooh, up there." That was right, but when I watched the back, the commentary, I was like, Irish fans getting behind. What was your man's name again? It was like Gata or something.
What was this again?
He had like a name.
Tim Mabara.
Mabara. Irish fight fans getting behind Mabara. What's that?
Mabara. Very good.
But you did a big backlash when that came out. As you said, it was on Stephen Nolan and everything.
It was all over.
It was crazy. And listen, I'll be honest, when I came out to it, there was no offence meant to be caused.
What made you go with that? Who was
that's a great song.
Who was advising you behind the scenes?
Nobody.
Somebody just says, "Make you know that." Come on,
no. Well, listen. If you break it down, like the song is about a guy from fucking Scotland coming in Ireland and saying he's seeing graffiti on the walls and what the graffiti on the wall said that, and obviously he's made in this song, but I can see how it can come across that way. But
Can you?
I wasn't using it for that. I was playing to my audience. Seem to have the American.
The Americans love
love
that.
So patriotic about Ireland, and they're not even really
know.
like full on Irish. They're American
I'm
with
16th
Irish.
century Irish.
Yeah, they've
My
got
grandma's from Mayo.
My great grandma came over
my
during the
happy
famine.
dog. No,
I
it's
love
like,
it
so
during a famine crack.
that
How can you even prove it? My papa came here during the famine.
so I says, listen, that the audience will love it,
Yeah.
and I'll be honest,
They did.
it was probably one of the best
Well,
I've done, like,
was
because
a good one.
how mad the crowd went, and also Top Rank or whoever ESPN kept. I was in the ring for 3 more minutes, and they kept playing the song
Just because everyone got medal.
because it was like I have a video of like I've never put out, but it's like behind like ESPN behind the scenes where they're videoing just the crowd and all that there, and you see everybody, you know, like, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and they're all going buck mad, and I mean, I'm standing in the ring and like it's still going, and people like there's national coaches and everything on the Irish team singing. I'm like,
What fight was that?
wasn't there the Mexican? What was his name again?
Mexican, yeah.
I forget his name.
It's probably out. Was I at that one?
No, that was the one when Paddy fought.
I was on
Was it?
for
Oh, right now I wasn't. I was in Scotland watching that.
I was warming up. I looked at the one. I see Paddy walking back. So everywhere.
The guy he fought was usual. Fucking massive.
How to give Paddy respect. It's stuck clean. Blood everywhere.
Away with him though, is there? Like he's mad about war.
What made your decision to return back to the UK other than like after America? You're still in America. So you're going decent in America.
I
about
was
2 years,
it was
really,
going
yeah.
well, but I was there for a year. I had an apartment,
Yeah.
like basically done for 3 years. I'd bought a car, everything, but it was just like,
Too long.
you know what? Top Rank actually said that they wanted me to change coach. They don't think Manny suited my style. I kind of agreed,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to.
Did you test?
Not that type of
other-
guy, like, you know what I mean? No, I didn't.
No, just went straight to money.
I went straight to Manny. I should have tried other coaches, and that's one thing for prospects and stuff coming up. I'll always say is you need to try everybody, and you need to speak to everybody. Don't speak to this one manager or one promoter. Speak to all of them, because who knows if someone else may have a better deal or a better plan. By the way, it's freezing in here. If it wants to cross the camera, I'm shivering. Yeah, you need to try everybody. I tried one. I liked them as a person. I liked them as a coach, and I thought that was it for me. But at the end of the year, I was like, you know what? This isn't the style for me.
We
This
get
isn't-
homesick as well. We would.
No, what nothing to do with homesick. To be honest, it wasn't, because me and Shauna were there, and I had my daughter with me. My son wasn't born at the time, so I was like, I think I will go. But I was looking at the coaches in America, and then next minute Sean's pregnant, and I was like, well, to be honest, I'm going to be used as an ashtray on a motorbike for you, because I'm in training camp. You're not going to see me, even though we're living in the same place. I ain't going to be doing no night fees. I'm going to be going home, or I'm going to be going training back all the time. So I think we need a better support system around us, and that's why we went home.
Especially young women, I think they need
100%.
the
But-
mothers or sisters or whatever they have around.
100%. But she loved it. She didn't want to leave.
Did she not?
She loved it.
Fuck.
It was me. As me, it says, listen, we got to go.
She's right.
Down there,
No,
Nick,
Michael.
back to your man for your money now. So, yeah. Where did you go in after you left?
Straight out of booth. I did say though, if I was going to train the UK, there's
Yeah,
one
Booth.
coach who I wanted to train with and thought would be suited to my style, which was Adam.
See, Adam Booth's. Does everyone live in the same place in Adam Booth? So, Gaff?
What, in Adam's house?
Yeah, is there like just all staying?
No, Adam used to live in a big house in Kingswood, which is a lovely house. I think I had like 5 or 6 bedrooms. Like it's just like the big house. You know what I mean? It's, like,
yeah.
proper unbelievable. Big back garden, looked like a big forest. There's a garden, his back garden, unbelievable. But like Josh Kelly and Ryan Burnett, they were living there at the time. And I just says, nah, I'm going to get my own place. I like my own space. I don't really like to be around people.
Fuck you guys.
So I ended up getting my own place. And then when I was moving out of that place, I was stuck in between, and I ended up staying at Adams for like a few months.
Yeah.
It was a lovely gift. You know, you're coming down, doing what you wanted.
What's there's like 4 different coaching booths in there.
It's not Adam's gym.
It's not
No, it's Big Fozzie's gym.
which are just different
Big
coaches
Fozzie's.
being there.
Big Fozzie built the gym. Obviously, at the start, put Adam's name on the gym. Now it's called Neura, which is Fozzie's kind of company kind of stuff. But there's like Adam's there. H has his own fighters. Charlie has his own fighters. Adam Martin has his own fighters. I think that's it. But they all train. They all work. You know, what I mean, it's a good gym.
And what made you leave Booth?
It was a few things, you know. The last fight, especially when I fought Lopez,
Yeah,
there was a few things on fight week and just different little things about accountability and stuff. Whereas I always was accountable for myself. You know, when I lost the Wood and stuff, and back in dressing room, people saying this and people saying I says, nah, listen, it's my fault.
yeah.
It's me.
See how Wood fight was probably one of the best fights an Irish guy's been involved in.
That was like real life Rocky 2.
It was unbelievable.
Like, and both he's just gone at it. And Leigh Wood was Rocky and you were Apollo.
I know.
And it was like, but see at the very end, like when he hit the red shot, in real time watching it on TV, did you go to him?
I was flying to Dubai.
Right.
That's it.
So that's why I watched it in the house. And I didn't see the shot land.
Oh.
So I thought you were just wrecked and like just slept.
Fuck yes.
Well, I didn't know. Like, I thought you fell out of your ring, and then I was like, "Fuck's sake, hopefully he's already done. He had hurt his back." And then fucking Leigh Wood was up celebrating and all, and the commentators going, "Oh, he's hurt. It's all over." But I didn't see a punch landing until the replays and then it was on Twitter.
Yeah.
But what an epic fight! Like during the rounds, especially coming up in the last round, how did you feel? Did you feel like
I'll be honest, I felt it was very easy.
Yeah.
No, he was tough. I didn't expect to flatten him in the first round. Like
I was happy. It was brilliant at the time, but because you knew you'd hurt him, did you try and like finish it?
So, like, at the end, it wasn't the punch that done me, it was fatigue. He caught me fatigued and obviously got me out of there. But, you know, in the fight, I wasted so much energy because I could hit him anytime I wanted to throw a punch. Now, there was one point in the fight, I remember being on the ropes and like he was like trying to throw his hardest. I remember like laughing to myself when I was in the ring, just like, this cunt's trying to kill me. He was like really trying to hit me hard. But I was sound, like, throughout the fight, I wasn't hurt at all. The 11th round is what changed the whole fight, momentum of the whole fight. I slipped in the 11th. He got a second win, and I went, fuck, now I've got to win this last round.
That filled him with confidence.
Filled him. Because let's be honest, we were both fucked.
Yeah.
We were both fucked. But that gave him a second win, and he came out and got the job done in the last round. You got to give him credit because the guy took some punches, and I'd worry for him after boxing because of the much punches he took.
See, like, so during the whole fight, you didn't feel any power from him?
Now, what, like, I could feel him, as I said, when he hit me, I could feel he was hitting me hard.
Yeah.
No, when he's hitting me in the block, I was sitting in the rope and I was blocking like that, and I could feel he was trying to hurt me. Like, he was trying to punch so hard. But there was not one punch in that fight other than the last punch that went, and
obviously you wouldn't even have felt that one.
You don't feel them ones, you just wake up.
Just wake up. Exactly. Just go, that happened.
So
I remember after, I fucking lay on the hospital bed out the back. Obviously started to kind of come around to my senses. It was a week, but I came around to my senses. And I woke up and our brains are, what happened? He lost. He knocked out. He goes, he goes, all right, he goes, last round, how long's left? Minute and a half.
How did it feel after you got? Because that was your first defeat, obviously.
I mean, to be honest, it wasn't as bad as what you'd probably think because of how well I was spoke about after and stuff like that. It does help, you know, when people are in. Now I was gutted and I was just baiting for the rematch, wanting a rematch. But unfortunately, I don't think his coach wanted the rematch because his coach was
because the fight was that good and everyone wanted to see it.
Well, I think everybody wanted the rematch. I'm not sure they wanted the rematch, but his coach definitely didn't want the rematch because of how he was spoke about in the press conferences.
Really?
Yeah, and I know this.
What was
fact.
this?
This has been said. No, he was just said about
These were slag. It was Ben Davidson was talking about them.
just
These were slagging
the shreds talking about
I
Harry.
remember it was a good press conference. Good build up.
Like I'm not one who goes out of the way to talk shit, but if you talk shit about me, I can talk shit.
Yeah.
So that's
usually calm and chill on press conferences. Usually,
I sit there and play
every single time I'm beside him, he's playing fucking. What is it?
Royal Match or no?
There's a bubble one as well. Is there a bubble one you play?
No, it's the black one.
The black one.
It's the black one.
Every single time. There's important questions coming up and everyone's being very serious. And I look down, he's just
it's Apple
playing his phone there. Every single time, like, even when he my last fight, he wasn't fighting. He was like the promoter of it. You think he'd be dead professionally, still playing his wee game under the table? It's like, fuck's sake. But
you got it. After I fight then, well, had you already got it?
Yeah, I won. That was one fight of the year and stuff all over the world. But I actually found that belt today. So the belt for you get a belt.
You get a belt for
winning fight of the year.
Nice.
What do you mean you found? Where was it?
I had to pick it up from storage.
Oh.
And had you already got into promoting before that?
Yeah, 2021.
So see in the Leigh Wood fight, were you a co-promoter of it or?
No, we weren't on that one.
How do you find promoting and fighting?
Listen, it is what it is. You get the job done is good, but at the lower level, it's hard to make real money. You know what I mean? So, you gotta make sure fighters are paid, hotels are paid, flights are paid, and it's
stress.
It's stress.
Is it stress doing boxing when you're in camp when you're in camp and you've got also a show coming up that you're promoting? Is it not a melt? Fuck me trying to sell tickets. Fuck that. Never mind. On the show.
February 1st, guys.
BBC.
Oh, so we're looking for some sponsors as well.
But here, listen, talking about sponsors, there's the Gra. Well, how did you get into? Because you're not a big beer drinker.
No, I used to eat beer.
Yeah.
Now the only beer I drink is the Gra.
He drinks his own brand. But how did you get into that? Because it's a fucking random thing to get into.
A friend came to me and said to me, he was obviously the founder, the creator, and says, listen, this is my idea. What do you think of it? I says, yeah, I like it. And he says, would you be my first investor? I says, co-founder. And he says, yeah. I says, okay. So we done it. We've grabbed the bull by the horns, so to say, and ran with it. It's going really well. First and only beer in the world which actually has shamrocks in. We have.
Does it?
We have a patent in that, so we're the only beer that can do it. My target audience there is obviously America.
Yeah.
But yeah, LeGrand Irish.
Is it in America yet? No,
not yet.
Talking audience in America, but it's not sell it there. And have to come down
you got to build a home first. Don't you? You got to build. Like, to be honest, we didn't even build a home first. Build over Spain. It's in a lot of places in Spain.
It's a good name, the Gra.
But any real Irish speaker always pull me up under my videos saying it's not Le Gras, it's Le Gras.
Is it?
Okay.
All right, man.
All right. you get the gist, don't you? Like, it is. In Irish, it means with love, obviously. Yeah. So you can say wherever you are, they say in Ireland, we're in Le Gras from Ireland with love, and I'll launch it. So
it's great as well. So
yeah, it's a lovely beer. It's like our first kind of batch what we done. We had it stronger than what it was, what it is now. It was 5%. It tasted very strong. I didn't like it at all. Like, as I said, I'm not a beer drinker, but I could not drink that. But this version of it is nice. People are saying it's like in between Coors and Coors Light. So it's Coors Medium, basically.
We Michael Jr.'s carries set up.
Oh no.
For life. I never have to get a carry. Coming out with bags. It's kind of grass.
Well, so you got the business head on anyway. So just back then of fighting, you had that you were so close to achieving your goal by becoming world champion, and then the rematch never come around. How long was it after that you were able to get a second shot at the championship? A year? That's not too long.
Year and a half. It's not too long. That's when I fought Lopez. So right after Wood, I took the fight with Miguel Mariaga, who's a known puncher, known knockout artist.
It was a risk to it as well.
People were.
I remember seeing it, I go, it's a risky fight.
That's what everybody was like. What the hell is he fighting this guy for? He's only out there getting knocked out for the first time in his career, and he's fighting someone who had near double the fucking knockouts than he had fights. You know, like, so like, I fought him and got the job done there. And then I fought Kareem Murphy in December.
Did you take that fight on purpose, but to show here, fuck you?
100%. I wasn't. And also pay very well for it. So it was like, no, no problem. Let's not beat around the bush. So it has to be kind of reward for the risk. So I took that one. Then I fought Murphy in December. The same night, Lopez beat Josh Warrington. And then I fought Lopez in the May. So, well.
That's it.
Yeah. The Lopez, he's such an unorthodox fighter, but he gets it like active.
He doesn't look good. See, when I was watching before, and I was like, he doesn't look good, but he just so
going, Michael handle him easy.
I always say, like, see, there's a certain level of awkwardness where they can just bring it down to their level sometimes. And I hate fighting. If I see people like that are awkward, I hate fighting because they do bring it down so much. Whereas a good fighter, you'll go up to their level and you'll box your best. But sometimes
I don't think Lopez is bad. I
don't think he's bad, but I think he's awkward. Like, if you know what I mean,
he just does everything wrong. Like hands down, chin up, feet all wrong. Just everything is just weird.
His punches come from weird angles. Everything.
What did you think of his punch power?
So like, there'd be a few things of which I probably wouldn't say on camera because if I have legal letters to the door around the Lopez.
Sure, what's new?
I was doing a few speed tests. There'd be a few things to say about that fight which I don't necessarily agree with or how things were played out. Like, all I'll say is like, VAR wasn't signed up till 5 weeks out.
Really, wasn't it?
When the fight was done 12 weeks out. There's so much little things in between where you go, maybe that, but who knows? But to be honest, he wasn't known as a puncher. And I don't get hurt to the body. I have a great
speak for yourself.
Resolve. A great resolve for taking body shot. This guy jumped off the ground and the first punch he landed, his feet weren't even implanted. He landed a body shot. I went, what the fuck was that? And I just done this. And he just went, I went, you bastard.
I remember, I think I was ringside in that fight. And the first round, I thought you won. And I think everyone was of the same opinion. Like one round easy. But he didn't look like he was landing as much punches as you, but your face was starting to mark up, and I was going, there's something not right here.
Yeah. Nah, listen, I remember seeing him with the IBF weigh-in was the same day weigh-in as well, isn't it? So you weigh the day before, and then you have to read 10 pounds the day of. Yeah. And I seen him at the weigh-in that morning, I was like, this is a fucking child fighting me. He's so small. And then when I seen him in the ring, it was like someone had put a pump on him and just pumped him up. He was huge. I remember he jumped into the ring, So like, I'd seen him in the daytime and I hadn't seen him until he was actually in the ring, So daytime, he's with up to my shoulder, sideways, but like really small as well, physically. Then when he's in the ring, he takes his robe off, does a bounce, and I'm like, holy fuck. His back just covered in acne. I'm like, his back wasn't like when he fought Josh Warrington 6 months ago. What the fuck's going on here? And he does this bounce around and I went, fuck's sake.
That is soul destroying because I've had a fight where the way I'm seeing a guy just looking like a big skinny nothing to him and then fighting it, he gets in the ring and you're like, what's going on?
And see, the thing is, like, say a featherweight, like, I'm not a small featherweight, like I'm big, physically big and tall as well. Not too tall, but like tall enough at the weight, but also physically big. This comp was like three of me out the way. I was going, what the fuck's going on
Did
here?
you say he was your toughest opponent? Or who is your toughest opponent?
Probably not just because of what you can perceive in your head, and it's hard to see. I've been hit, like, you know what I mean, and I fought partly, as people say, with Leigh Wood, one of the hardest punches there is. So, Lopez hit me harder.
See, going into the future, obviously you've started a new camp in Sheffield. You've got a fight booked in, don't you?
Yeah.
But what's the goals for next year?
Come back.
Is there a fight? Is there a fight in particular you want? There's a fight I would love in Belfast, but I love all Irish.
Oh yeah.
Where'd you fight?
100%. And if it makes money,
it's a great fight.
If it makes money, it makes sense, and it's a fight that, you know, I would love down the lane. But obviously, I've got to build myself back up to that level. And Anto's just went and done. He's changed his life, and I couldn't be happier for another fighter than Anto, because you see kind of what he's come from and how start and stalled his career was to go and do what he done was brilliant.
But it'd be a massive. It would be a massive fight if you and him ever traded.
If they could fast forward Casement and get Casement,
I would sell it 100%.
But
what's realistically, and what would your fights be for next year?
I'll fight 4 times next year.
4 fights?
So I'll fight most likely March, May, September, December. That's my plan.
Yeah.
And it'll be comeback fight.
Games or anything?
What?
A comeback fight?
Nah, the first one's a comeback fight, 8 rounds. I think I'm due one. I've never fought someone with a losing record, and that I don't plan to either. But I'm coming back off back-to-back losses, so I'm actually due a fucking one just to kind of get back in, get the feet wet again, get the confidence back, have that one, get used to the ground in the corner. As I say, when I went to Pedro, it was 8 weeks to get it. 8 weeks announced, 6 weeks training to get her.
What are we doing for the other 2 weeks?
It's travel and time acclimatization and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So when it was announced, I flew to Miami, lost the first 2 days kind of thing. And then obviously getting used to each other, talking.
Be daiquiris. Come on, daiquiris.
Run the like Scarface. But and it was like I'd never trained with him before, and then I'm in the camp, and
it's a big thing changing coaching as well.
You need time.
You do,
and there was no time. So this one, I've been with Grant now for the last few months, which has been good, and I've really enjoyed it there.
Who else is in that camp?
Dalton Smith,
nice.
Janae Boston, Marku, your friend.
I heard he got arrested at the weekend there.
Did he? I haven't heard.
It's all over the news. He was over in Germany. He got arrested for weapons and something else. Fuck. It's all legit news websites.
But
that's going. We'll hear now. We'll get in this. Continue.
There is a good few in the gym.
I like Milwaukee.
A good few in the gym. So as it says, March comeback fight. May, obviously a different kind of level of opponent. Then obviously September, November, December, heading towards world title level. That's what I want. And listen, if the Anto fight presented itself down the line 100%, if the Leigh Wood fight presented itself down the line 100%, then I think that they're going to fight each other.
Yeah. Get the winner.
And I says, listen, when I spoke to Anto, I says, fuck the belt. You're already world champion.
Yeah.
Says you need to think about securing your family's life.
So we must say it at our ages.
100%. Listen, see,
Sorry,
like if it was a young pup, you'd be going, no problem. I fight for your belt, but he's made a world. He's been world champion now, and he'll be getting paid probably a quarter. What are you getting paid if he fights Leigh Wood?
Yeah.
So hopefully he can go and secure his family and secure more money for the family.
Yeah.
Star arrested boxer Florian Marku facing up to 5 years in jail after arrest for wounding and illegal possession of a weapon in Germany.
Told you.
So
I'm spitting truth.
He's the real deal.
He is really exactly what I
Florian.
Look, I was in beef with him, bro. I'm sorry, Florian.
I'll be honest, he's a lovely fella.
Stay away
It
from
seems like it
Really,
does
really,
like it.
really nice.
I see almost my beef.
He's been to jail
I just
before.
do because
I know.
I'm bored in the house. I don't want to get a fight going, but I don't need that.
Do you, so you're talking about your plan for the 2025. Do you still believe that you can win a world title?
I wouldn't be boxing if I didn't. I mean, if I didn't think I could, I wouldn't be boxing. As we kind of touched on through the podcast, there's little things where I go that. I can point and go, these could be factors, maybe not, but in my opinion, in my head, they have been factors. So let's see it when I'm clear, fresh, new coach, proper time together.
What's the missus and kids and stuff say? Obviously, what age are your kids?
9 and 6.
So they know what's going on.
I know what's going on.
So what's their views? Because I do be asking my kids, so, what do you think?
No, mine's are like, no, still believe you can. Right.
Sweet, that's all you need, the belief of the family.
That's it, though.
See, and like you've went twice to the top of the mountain, you know, come up short. The first time you were like a
Minute
Mrs.
and a half.
Deck away from
Minute and a half.
getting it. Do you think there's more about luck as well? I think it's about luck.
I think there's an element of luck.
There's
the
so
stars
much.
have their lane because obviously on that night with Leigh Wood, you look like you were home the butt, and then Leigh Wood, you know,
Just got a bit of luck.
bang.
See, there's so much intangibles with boxing. You know, to be a world champion, you don't just need to be a good fighter. You need everything to fall into place. Timing needs to happen. The right opponents at the right times. Where the fight is, when the fight happens.
Even during
Who's against the champions who are the champion in your division at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going
training camp, everyone has injuries during training camp.
100%.
So you have to be 100. Who's the more 100% going into the fight? Because no one's 100% going into
No,
any
nobody is.
If you
Everybody
haven't trained properly.
I definitely
Yeah.
not.
Aye.
See, like you've been a world champion as an amateur, and the guy who you beat,
Only.
only the only one, and the fella who you beat in the final,
John Pakmadeli,
he's went on to become a world
unified world champion too.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah,
He was, and then he lost his belt to
Is that the
Uzbek guy. He lost to Mauro Tapales or whoever it is, the Filipino. He ended up fighting in UAE after that and losing, but yeah, he's a very good fighter.
So, what weight did they box?
Super bantam
And you're boxing the fella.
fella.
Do you think you could get a repeat of the world final at some stage? Would you be interested in it?
100%. 100%.
Because I'm sure,
He wants to
obviously,
be elected.
excuse me, he's lost his titles, but
Yeah, but
a lot of guys don't
he's
move
even,
up.
he's even for a new.
Is
Still, he wants to. I watched him in Monte Carlo last week when he was fighting. When I watched it on the Zone, and he looked brilliant. He got the win, and obviously called out a new. And no way, where are you?
Everyone wants a new.
Aye.
He's a fucking animal. But listen, we've talked enough shit today. Thank you for joining us, Mick. Finally.
Pleasure to be on. Pleasure to
Finally.
be on.
But thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. Get on the Patreons, £2 a month. Share to our Kings competitions. Get on them as well. Get yourselves a free house or a low house. Who knows? But thanks for joining us.
Yep.
See you next week.
Yes.
With him weight going all the way.